DaVinci Resolve 20 has 7 distinct workspaces that do different jobs. You can switch between them using the buttons at the bottom. We've got the media pool, which is all to do with media and video files and importing. We have the cut page, which is a stripped down or fast editing page. We have the traditional edit page where we can edit our videos as well. The fusion page is where we can perform special effects and create VFX. We have the color page, which is all to do with color grading and making our videos look nice. We have the Fairlight page. This is a page dedicated to audio, and there are some really powerful audio features here. And finally, the Deliver page is where we can go and export our videos. In this video, we're going to be concentrating on the edit page. Click down here to switch back to it. I'm going to start off by turning off all of these things to get a basic view. The main area of the edit page at the bottom here is the timeline. The timeline contains all of your video clips and other things like text clips that are going to be exported in your video. Currently in this timeline, we've got 1 video file, 2 video files, 3 video files, 4 video files. This vertical red line is the timeline playhead, and if you click on this bit, hold down the mouse button and drag left and right, you can scroll through the timeline. The timeline also shows us the video tracks at the top and the audio tracks lower down. The timeline area is the main area where we perform all of the edits for our videos. To make the timeline bigger, drag this line up or down, and when you do that, you can see that this screen gets bigger and smaller. This screen is the main viewer for what's happening in the timeline, and you can see when I scroll through the timeline, this view changes. We can toggle windows on and off depending on what we want to do. Let's start off with the top right and click on this inspector. This is going to open up the inspector. The inspector shows us lots of properties for the currently selected clip in the timeline. You know if a clip's selected when it's got these red borders around it. You can scroll through all of the properties, and we have audio properties, and if you click here, we have the video properties. If you don't want to have to scroll as much to find these properties, you can click this button here, and it will expand it all the way down the side. For example, if we wanted to zoom in a bit on this clip, we can double click here and type in a number. You can see I've zoomed in on my face now. Or you can hold the left mouse button down and scroll left and right. To close the inspector, click the inspector button again. Over on the left, we've got the media pool. If we open this up, this is all to do with the media that we've got available to use in this project. For example, if we wanted to drag this screen MP4 video file onto the timeline, we can drag it down here, we can scroll across, and now we've got this new screen clip added to the timeline. Let's close the media pool. And now open effects. There's a lot of effects that come with DaVinci Resolve 20. For example, we've got this title section, and we can use this to add text to the top of our edit. If I zoom in, we've now got this text item. You can have multiple things open at the same time. If I click on media pool, we've now got the media pool at the top and the effects at the bottom. For some windows, you might see this icon, and this just collapses the sidebar. If I click on this, the sidebar disappears just to give us more things on the screen. And the same down here. You can open up the sidebars by clicking these buttons again. We also have things like the keyframe editor. I'll be doing a deep dive into this in a future video, so subscribe if that's something you're interested in. Keyframes essentially lets you change the properties of things over time. For example, to zoom in on a clip as the clip is playing. Click on it to close it, and click the media pool to close everything at the side again. The last thing we're going to look at is the mixer. If you click here to open up the mixer, you can make it bigger or smaller, and each of these things corresponds to how loud each audio track will play back.